and our guys. Is a game that surprised me a little bit, just the scoring. I thought it'd be a little lower scoring than that. But I give our guys credit because that's an old team. You know, when you look at it, they mix in some younger guys, but they have DJ Foreman's a fifth-year guy, Tremaine Isabel's a fifth-year guy, Javon Best is a fifth-year guy, Deion Wiley's a fifth-year guy. So, like, we played against a very mature, solid group, and we just did enough to win, really.
Keith, is this a little bit what you pictured maybe coming to Duquesne, as far as you know, crowd energy, maybe turning things around a little bit?
Well, the crowd was terrific. Again, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not going to be satisfied with 3,000 people in the building. But by the same token, why should they come at this point until we prove we can win? Like, I get that. Like, I remember when I first came, these fans said to me, "Look, I had season tickets for 35 years, but I couldn't do it anymore." What am I supposed to say to that? I don't blame them. They haven't been to the NCAA tournament. So until we prove our worth, that's what we're going to get. But our students were good tonight, and they helped us win. So to answer your question, really, I came here because I thought the reward was way more than the risk. And I felt like that Duquesne was a sleeping giant with the right commitment, which I didn't think the commitment was great 5 years previous, and that's why I stayed where I was. But for me to leave my hometown, I had to believe that I could win, and my alma mater, and all my friends and family. So I just felt like it was the right time for me to come.
Offensively, when shots maybe aren't falling at the clip you're expecting, how much more does that make you want to tighten things up defensively, and how did you like the way the guys collectively responded on that end?
I mean, we did some good things. Our first shot defense was great, but our blockouts weren't very good. We didn't get many loose balls. Balls bounced back to them in the first half, and then we had to play small in the second half. You know, because we played Marcus at the center spot, which is probably the first time all year we've done that because Austin Rotroff got hurt. I just decided to play my most experienced guys down the stretch. So the most experienced guys were, at that point, a little small. So that's just why we did what we did.
Do you think that the whole us against the world underdog thing, like, is that a powerful, like, motivational force for your team right now? Do you feel that?
Well, it's kind of been like that for me my whole life. You know, I'm the worst athlete in my family. My dad's big, my uncle's big, #1 draft choice, my son's big, and I got all my mom's genes. So they say that a lot of times they take on your personality. So I've always felt like that, you know, that it's us versus them. And then, you know, we get picked 14th last year and finished 10th, and then they pick us 11th this year. So we made T-shirts. You know, I don't know if they really care. Like, our guys are so loose. I don't know half the time if they think we're playing at home or away. You know, they don't really know. They just play. So in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. Like, they don't really get nervous. So, but I believe in the us versus them, and us, we, them. I believe in that.
Who do you feel like is the team to beat in this league, Keith?
I don't know. I think everybody has a little bit of some blemishes. I think it's clear cut. You have Davidson. I mean, George Mason's played really good over the last stretch, and like, they weren't very good early in the year. So I think it's wide open. I think Dayton's got has some good traits. I think VCU has some good traits. These guys have good traits. Davidson. There's a lot of teams that are very similar, but they all have some blemishes. Like, this team here is a very poor outside shooting team, St. Louis, but they're a good team. They're the best defensive team in the league. That's why I was pleased we got 77 on them. They played more zone than we thought. They've been playing all man-to-man, so they must think we stink or something. Shooting the ball, too, because they play a lot of zone. They played probably 75% zone tonight. So I think, to answer your question, I think it's wide open. That's why if we get better, we got a chance.
You guys make a lot of threes, right? Like,
I feel like we do. We haven't really shot it great all year. We were 6 for 29 tonight on open ones, like with our good shooters shooting. Like Eric had wide open ones, Tavian Dunn-Martin had wide open ones, Frank. We just didn't shoot it, which at least you can win when you don't shoot it. That tells you you're decent.
Does 14-5 or 5-1 surprise you at all, or do you, it's pretty much what you expected?
Nothing really surprises me. I felt like our non-league games, we didn't play very good. And I take a lot of responsibility for that because I think the reason we're playing better is we're playing less people. We just have a better chemistry, a better flow about us. They know when they're playing. When you're playing as many guys as we did early in the year, that's hard on everybody. And so I had to do it because I didn't really know what I had. So I did what I had to do, but I really didn't like it. And I really don't like playing as few as we're playing now either. So I guess I'm going to try to make myself happy at some point.
Coach, what does it mean to you that you guys weren't great on the board, second chance points, but you still pulled away there in the second half and won the game? Obviously, what does that mean to you, that kind of performance despite some of those deficiencies?
I mean, I thought we showed good toughness. They just beat us to the ball. I mean, they're an athletic team. I mean, they're the best rebounding team in the league. And the hard part is their guards are good rebounders. Jordan Goodwin's a good rebounder. Again, I think we played good enough first shot defense. We did a good job defensively. We just did a rotten job, corralling the rebound, which almost cost us.
Are you okay with 26 threes?
I just think that was the game tonight. We were open. I never worry about how many they are as long as they're good shots. And we took a few. I thought Tavian's long one early was rotten. I thought Frank took 2 that I didn't really love. But, what I tell them is, look, you got a green light, but make sure they're good shots. And I think, that's part of maturity. You have to learn what a good shot is.
Is your team growing up?
We're better than we were when we started. Now the key is going to be how far we can go from now until March. And do we have the practice fortitude to get better? Because we have to get better. Now, I do think Marcus Weathers has taken a huge jump, which has made us a much better team. We have a good point guard. We got a good 5-man. We got a good 4-man, and our wing guys are pretty good. Can we get better? Can we become an upper echelon defensive team? Is going to be the key. Until we do that, we're never going to be as good as we should be. If you ask my dad when he played here from 50 to 54, if you didn't play defense at Duquesne back then, you didn't play. And it has to be that way for us if we're going to be what we want to be. We're not a good defensive team yet. We show signs, but we're not good yet.
You mentioned that Gavin earlier in the year was a guy that needed to see the ball go in, showed some encouraging signs at GW, showed some more tonight. Just what do you make of his development, making opportunities for himself and succeeding largely in those?
So Bizot, Norman, and Wade, I know are going to be good players. The hard part is getting them in the game. Amari Kelly also. They're good players, right? Look at Bizot was a 4-star recruit. He got recruited by a lot of people. Right? He can put the ball in the basket. He can't guard yet, but he can put the ball in the basket. And he's darn near 7 feet tall with good stroke from the outside. He's like a European player. So we need him. And I'm glad for him because his attitude's been great. He hasn't been happy, which nobody should be happy when they're not playing. But his attitude's been great, and he hasn't let his head get in the way of when he has the opportunity to play well. And, it's a tribute to his family, how he's brought up, because a lot of kids aren't like that. They want instant gratification. So I give him a lot of credit. He's hung in there, and now he's starting to play pretty good.
Even though shots weren't falling maybe at the clip you were looking for, they threw a lot of looks at you. They threw a 1-2-1 at one point. They threw doubles at you. Just what did you make of how a largely young group was able to overcome these and make adjustments?
First time all year we saw the 1-3-1. We didn't do a great job with it, but it double-edged sword of it. Because we made some threes in the corner at the end of the half, which hurt them. Right? We saw 2-3 zone. We saw 2-2-1 pressure. We saw trapping the ball screen, which we haven't seen a lot of. We did a really good job with that early. We kept throwing it short to Mike Hughes, and we made a lot of good plays. So again, it's a work in progress with our team. very inexperienced, playing together. We just have to keep working.
Keith, how's Austin? It looked like he tweaked something kind of early.
I don't think it's good. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a great kid, tough kid. So if he didn't come back to play, then that probably isn't very good.
Did they tell you if it was his knee or ankle or
It's
something?
a knee issue.
Okay.
So I'm sick over that. He's probably one of the nicest kids we have in the program.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's got to be next man up then,
Mhm.
right? Anything else?
What's a bigger deal? Jay-Z go to a Pitt game, or LeBron come to a Duquesne game?
I'm the wrong guy to ask that. I think if LeBron comes to the problem when LeBron comes to the game is no one watches the game, they just watch him. It's true, grown men. Right? He's not coming until we're really good, though. I won't let him come till we're really good. But he cares. He cares about what we do, which is big. But Jay-Z at Pitt's kind of interesting, right? Hey,
It's a
when you,
business
when you
decision.
want to get in that, what's that?
It's a business decision.
A pretty good business decision,
Yeah.
right? Pretty good. Pretty smart. What do you got? 3 of the top 4 draft picks?
Yeah.
LeBron's better than Zion Williams.
What's that?
LeBron's better than Zion Williams.
I was gonna ask.
Zion's really good. Zion's great, but there's not many like LeBron. But I'm biased. So I love LeBron like a son. So when people start asking me to compare, I'm always picking him. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Thank you.
All right.